All right, today we're taking a journey right into the heart of Romania to meet four absolutely incredible ancient shepherd breeds. If you've ever wanted to really understand these dogs, truly get what makes them tick, especially from a judge's point of view, then you are in the right place.
You know, this isn't just some poetic line. This is, quite literally, the job description that created these breeds. I want you to just picture it. You're a shepherd. You're miles from any town, the moon is your only light, and you can hear wolves. This quote just nails the life-or-death reality of their work.
And this image, wow. This captures a living, breathing tradition. This isn't a history book, it's not a reenactment. That partnership, the shepherd, his flock, and his dog, set against that absolutely formidable landscape, well, that's the whole story right there.
To really get these dogs, we have to start with the land that made them. It's a place where myth and reality are completely intertwined. So our first stop is to see how we get from the legend of Dracula to the dogs themselves.
So, when you hear Transylvania or Carpathian mountains, your mind probably jumps straight to Dracula, right? To werewolves and vampires, the strigoi and virkolak of Romanian folklore. But here's the thing, those stories didn't just appear out of thin air. They grew out of the very real isolation and the very real dangers of this incredible landscape.
And this is the key. The myths and the dogs come from the exact same source. Think of them as two sides of the same coin. They're both a human response to a world filled with real, flesh-and-blood predators and a whole lot of darkness. The myths gave a name to the fear, the dogs were the actual solution.
Which, of course, brings us to the stars of our show. That one challenging environment produced not one, but four distinct types of guardians. So let's dig into how one single challenge, keeping livestock safe in the Carpathians, led to four totally unique and, frankly, brilliant solutions.
And here they are, the whole crew. The Mioritic, the Carpathian, the Korb, which means raven, and the Bucovina. Four distinct breeds, all born from the same rugged heritage. Each one is a master of its own domain, and now we're going to break down what makes each of them special.
Now, there's a word you absolutely have to know to understand these dogs, transhumanza. This is the ancient seasonal migration of livestock, and we're not talking about a stroll down the road, we're talking journeys of hundreds of kilometers, right through wolf and bear country. So these dogs weren't just standing guard in a field, they were endurance athletes and brilliant independent thinkers, shaped by this epic journey for centuries.
Okay, so let's put you ringside. One of these incredible guardians steps into your ring. How do you tell them apart? And how do you do it quickly and confidently? Well, that's exactly what this judge's guide is all about.
First up, the Carpathian. The dead giveaway here is the color, wolf sable. So you're looking for that fawn base coat with black tips on the guard hairs. The FCI standard actually uses the word lupoid, which just means wolf-like. This is an athletic, balanced dog built to cover ground and do it all night long.
Next, the Mioritic. You cannot miss this one. It's instantly recognizable because of that magnificent, shaggy coat. Its name actually comes from Miorita, which is one of Romania's most famous and beloved folk poems. So this dog is literally a piece of walking folklore. That long, harsh coat, it's got to be at least 10 centimeters, is its signature. You'll see it in white, cream, or gray.
And now for the heavyweight champion, the Bucovina Mira. This is the giant of the group, a true molossoid from FCI Group 2. What you're looking for is that massive build, the heavy bone, and that classic white coat with big patches of black, fawn, or even brindle. This is your power and presence dog for sure.
And finally, the Korb, or the Raven Shepherd. This one is the rarest of the four. Its defining feature couldn't be simpler. It must be solid black. Now, this was a huge practical advantage for working at night, making it basically invisible to predators. And folk tradition also said that a black dog protected you from evil spirits, a perfect shadow dog for a land of shadows.
Okay, let's put this all together for a second. That first look in the ring is so crucial, and color is your fastest clue. You've got the wolfed sable Carpathian, the white or gray Mioritic, the white and patched Bucovina, and the all-black Korb. And don't forget that FCI group difference. The Carpathian and Mioritic are in Group 1 with the sheepdogs, but the more massive Bucovina and Korb, they're in Group 2 with the molossoids. It's a big clue about their type.
So let's tackle a really common point of confusion head on. Here we have a Mioritic and a Carpathian right next to each other. You can see it immediately, right? They are so different in coat, in color, in their whole silhouette. It is absolutely vital for a judge to see these as two completely separate breeds, not just a shaggy version and a less shaggy version of the same dog.
Now we get to the most important part, the golden rule, the principle that has to be behind every single decision you make when you're judging these breeds. Function is completely, absolutely non-negotiable.
So when you're assessing one of these dogs, you need to ask yourself these questions. Could it actually do the job? Does it have the structure to trot for hours and hours on rough terrain? Does it have that correct double coat to survive a brutal winter? Does it have the substance, the bone, to look a bear in the eye and not back down? And does it have the mind to work on its own? This isn't about just being pretty. It's about being authentic. And this focus on function leads us directly to temperament, which, for a livestock guardian, is everything. It's the whole ballgame. The correct temperament is a calm confidence. They should be watchful, they should be protective, but not hair-trigger aggressive. You need to know that both unprovoked aggression and crippling shyness are serious, disqualifying faults. These dogs have to be steady. They have to be stable.
And here is a huge practical tip, especially for the Mioritic, the Bucovina, and even the Carpathian. The coat can be absolutely spectacular, but it can also hide a world of problems. You must get your hands on the dog. Feel for that shoulder layback, check the top line, feel the muscle. Never, ever, ever reward a dog just because it has a pretty coat.
So let's zoom out. Why does all this detail matter so much? Because when you step into the ring to judge these dogs, you're not just picking a winner for the day. You are taking on the role of a steward for a living, breathing piece of history. Just remember what we saw at the very beginning. These are not show ring inventions. They are one of the last, unbroken traditions of working livestock guardians in all of Europe. The threats they were bred to face, the wolves and bears of the Carpathians, are still very real. Their job is real. They are a living connection to a truly ancient way of life. I just love this quote. It reframes everything, doesn't it? These breeds are like historical documents, carrying all the hard-won wisdom from generations of shepherds. They are essentially letters written to us, to the future. And this is where you come in. As a judge, every ribbon you award, every dog you point to, sends a crystal-clear message back to the breeders, both in Romania and around the world. And that message has to be, we see it, we get it, and we value the original purpose of these magnificent animals. We honor their heritage.
So, as we wrap this up, I'll leave you with this thought. These dogs are a message from the past, sent to help protect the future. The question is, how will you, as a guardian of the standard, make sure that their message is read correctly?